Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to J. Doyle Field. This is Rich Whalen, joined by Mike Spadafino. We have the senior East Brunswick football players lined up, which we will announce in a minute. Athletic Director Frank Knoppenberger is in the front of the line.
We wish them much success in their future endeavors. Once again, congratulations, seniors, and good luck. And now to announce our seniors and their families. First, number 5, Jonathan Gerhardt, escorted by...
So we have number 5, Jonathan Gerhardt, escorted by his parents Joe and Jody. Very important player this year for the Bears. Gets a lot of touches.
Number 7 is David DiCarlo, escorted by parents Mike.
This is David DiCarlo, escorted by his parents Mike and Joy.
Marching band, are you guys playing the anthem? No? Number 11 is Tim Flynn, escorted by parents John and Jackie.
There's Tim Flynn, escorted by his parents John and Jackie.
Do you have any singers over there? Anyone who can sing? Are you guys going to sing it? No? No? Excellent. Number 13 is Kyle Kelleher, escorted by parents Scott and Robin.
There's Kyle Kelleher, escorted by his parents Scott and Robin.
Another very important player for our team this year.
Yeah, a couple defensive touchdowns for Kyle Kelleher.
Yeah, some amazing ones.
Sam
Yeah.
Markovich, escorted by parents Michael and Galena.
This is Sam Markovich and his parents Michael and Galena escorting him. We've got a nice sunny day here in East Brunswick, a little bit on the chilly side. The wind has picked up a little bit, so.
Luckily, the wind seems to be going across the field.
Yes.
Escorted by Dad Peter. You guys cannot.
Here's Peter Obie, escorted by his father Peter.
Please, understood. Okay. See if you can find me a singer or a couple yet. Number 25 is Eric Savad, escorted by Mom Kathy.
There's Eric Savad, escorted by his mother Kathy.
Yeah, I know.
Done that. Been there, done that.
Number 30 is Chris Jones, escorted by sister Jessica and brother Brian.
There's Chris Jones, escorted by his sister and brother. He's done a pretty nice job for East Brunswick this year with punting duties.
Number 35 is Shoaib Mekri, escorted by brother Yaya and cousin Sire.
Shoaib Mekri, escorted by his brother Yaya and cousin Sire.
Number 37 is Javon Ganzaroli, escorted by father Kareem Thomas, mother Lisa, stepfather Mike, and brother JJ.
And there's Javon Gonzaroli, escorted by his father Kareem Thomas, his mother Lisa, stepfather Mike, and brother JJ. So he's got the whole crew out there.
Now there's a family affair, huh?
It is a family affair. Michael Quinn in there by his parents John and Paula. Julian was supposed to, I think, come. I think he was sleeping in, the mother said so. There's number 51, Anthony Mastrolia, escorted by parents Mark and Jane.
Number 52 is Christian Klon, escorted by parents Robert and Kathy.
Christian Klein, escorted by parents Robert and Kathy, and his brother Casey for basketball was our manager. So we know the family well.
Is Keo Ogunwale, escorted by Mom Vicky.
Here's Keo Ongawali, escorted by his mother Vicky.
Number 62 is Timothy Brown, escorted by parents Chris and Dorothy.
This is number 62, Timothy Brown, escorted by his parents Chris and Dorothy.
Number 76 is Jared Burke, escorted by parents Ken and Wendy.
This is Jared Burke, and he's with his parents Ken and Wendy.
Number 78 is Doug Scott, escorted by parents Jeff and Joan.
This is Doug Scott. He's with his parents, Jeff and Joan. I know Doug Scott's done a nice job on that offensive line for the Bears.
Number 84 is Michael McDonald, escorted by parents Jamie and Mary.
This is Michael McDonald, escorted by his parents Jamie and Mary.
Senior manager is Brianna Brown, escorted by parents Keith and Renee.
This is a manager for the Bears, Brianna Brown, and she's with her parents Keith and Renee.
Statistician Alyssa Mollars is escorted by parents Bob and Kim.
And this is the statistician for the Bears, Alyssa Mollars, with the coach of the Bears, Bob Mollars and Kim.
And our final senior is statistician Kelly Stab, escorted by parents Scott and Debbie.
And the other statistician for the Bears, Haley Stab, escorted by parents Scott and Debbie. So I'm sure we're going to get a quick look at all the Bears as we scan over, but
Well,
you know,
it
a lot
looks
of
like we lost about almost 50% of our team there in the senior group here.
Yeah, you were mentioning that before we were looking at the list. So a lot of Bears that aren't going to be back, and we kind of get a look at them right here. And we'll be right back with the opening kickoff. Welcome back to J. Doyle Field for this Thanksgiving game, Old Bridge versus East Brunswick, the 20th edition of this game. Old Bridge leads the series 16-3. East Brunswick winning the initial one and winning a couple more in there, but it's sort of been dominated by Old Bridge. I'm joined here by Mike Spadafino.
I'm excited to be here.
So we have the coin toss here. We actually have the
field or your head coach?
umpire here.
Remember what I
mic'd up.
told you before the game? Once the game starts, we don't talk across the lines. The whistle blows or the runner goes down with the ball, everything stops. Let's make it through the game safe, but let's have a good time out here today. For today's purpose, it's the home team green, visitors white. I've got a coin. Tail, head. You're going to tell me what you want. He's called tails. I'm going to toss it, let it drop. We'll see what it does. He's called tails. It is a head. Green, you have won the toss. You can defer to the second half. Okay, you have won the toss. Which goal do you guys want to defend? You want to kick this way, right? Put your backs against that goal. Green over here. Green has elected to receive in this end zone. Fellas, shake hands and good luck to both teams.
All right, I think it's a good thing for us actually to have ended up with the ball first. Give us the first opportunity to draw blood.
Yeah, and a couple things to note. Old Bridge with a win will have the Red Division title, I believe, with Sayreville with the win. So they, you know, in addition to beating East Brunswick and winning on Thanksgiving, they have that to play for. And East Brunswick here, you know, struggled this year. A good Red Division, a lot of teams that made the playoffs, so they would love nothing more than to send their seniors out with a win here to sort of make up for a rough year.
Well, it's a good opportunity for East Brunswick to be a spoiler for them. They've been a spoiler on us a few times when we were about to enter the states and actually win a state championship, and yet we lost to them on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I agree. Old Bridge has sort of been reeling a little bit. Obviously, they lost their state playoff game to Hunterdon Central, who actually, you know, had lost a few games, but had some players back. So they were actually a pretty good 7 seed, where Old Bridge was a 2 seed. And then Old Bridge, the week before the playoffs, actually lost to J.P. Stevens 9-0. So they're reeling a little bit here. So like you said, I think it's a good thing East Brunswick has a ball if they can, you know, do something here with this first drive and sort of set the tone. I think, you know, some good things could happen for them today.
Well, many times during the season, I've seen that East Brunswick in the first quarter has been very competitive and has really held their own. So if we can get that started, maybe we can put Old Bridge back on their heels and start the game.
I agree. And I know John Gerhardt, when he has been the deep man, if they do decide to kick to him, has had some nice kickoff returns. So we'll keep an eye on that as well.
Number 22, that is.
Number 22, Edward Mish, is going to kick off here.
Kick is a little bit short.
Gerhardt has a little trouble with it, and Never quite got a good handle on it. It was a little bit short, the kick, and he bobbled it in. East Brunswick is going to have some tough field position here to start from their own 15.
Starting off with Hemmings, the quarterback here.
Yep. No, Hemmings has been the quarterback for most of the time here. I know he was injured, a game or two for East Brunswick, and Aaron McSweeney was in his place. But Kevin Hemmings has had a nice year. He can run the ball a little bit. He's shown that he can throw. So Hemmings behind center. They're going to give it to Gerhardt, the right side. Good solid pickup there. Got about 5.
See, Old Bridge is showing what I would have expected from them, since our running game is what has to be shut down first for them to come on the attack. Their linebackers attacking right away. So breaking to the second level gives us a good opportunity to break away.
Yeah. No, East Brunswick, when they have thrown the ball, has liked to go to number 37 here on the bottom of our screen, Javon Gonzaroli. He's got some size and got some speed. And it looked like East Brunswick, Doug Scott there move. Let's hear the call.
On the play.
You got a full start.
Penalty, false start.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Well, that's too bad we negated a good first down run here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing to, pull off, which would be an upset. You can't have those plays where you go backward, like you said. So that sort of first nice play on first down is wiped out.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that. I'll tell the TV guys. Thank you.
Got 2 wide receivers down in the bottom of the screen. I backfield. Give it to Gerhardt again. Nice opening.
There it is again. Yep, they're going to keep on attacking to try to shut us down. We can take advantage of their errors.
And looks like going to be a little bit short of that first down, so it's going to be 3rd and about 1 of a short one. Looks like they need to get to that 25-yard line for a first down. So this is an important play here to keep this drive going. And you don't want to punt and then give Old Bridge good field position here. I backfield again with Gerhardt steep.
Very interesting. Looks like we made that first down. Good.
Yep.
It is a first.
Number 24, Isaiah Trawick.
Okay, now it is.
4 yards and an East Brunswick Bears first down.
Having a little cold, I was afraid of doing a little bit too much snuffling.
Yeah. Up here, it's not too bad in the booth here today. We got the windows closed for the most part, so the wind isn't affecting us too much, but it is a little chilly. Gerhardt again. And so far, East Brunswick has, given Gerhardt the carries each time. Got about 2 yards on that play, maybe a yard.
On the carry, stop made by Old Bridge, number 50.
Going to be about 2nd and 9.
A lot of times on the first series, you really are just checking out what kind of defenses are going to be thrown in front of you, what kind of actions, will they blitz, those type of things. So the first series kind of a feel them out. Nice.
Nice job there by East Brunswick there. Giving the fake there to Gerhardt, and that pass is complete to number 14, Aiden Werder, who is a junior, so he'll be back next year. Gerhardt did a nice job, Hemmings did a nice job there of rolling out, setting his feet, making a nice throw.
That's kind of time he needs to be able to throw and find his position. I actually thought that was a first down.
Yeah, I'm shocked actually, because his forward progress, he sort of got pushed back. So that was not a generous spot. And that's going to be close.
How we look, Ben? We got a
East Brunswick, number 5, John Gerhardt on the carry.
All right, and they'll give him a first on that one. I agree. I kind of looked down for a minute, and I was shocked when I saw before that it wasn't a first down. It looked to me he was a good yard or two past the
But even at
Stiff.
this point, you know, having made 2 first downs in a row, I think this is a typical first quarter for us, showing that we can move the ball. That's very important.
Yeah. Gerhardt's again, good penetration there by Olbridge's defense, so nothing there on that one. Like you said, they're really being aggressive and coming up and filling those holes, so there wasn't much there for Gerhardt's on that one.
Well, this is pretty typical of Coach Lanzafama from Old Bridge. He has the same Bob DeMarco mentality, you know, against us, is attack early and try to put us on our heels to shut us down on first down. This is something that he has done for 20 years, and Coach Lanzafama has picked up and doing the same.
Hemmings rolling out again. Trying to hit Werder again. That was good coverage by Old Bridge. Didn't have that separation. So now East Brunswick is going to have a 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 9 from their own 38-yard line.
Number 13, Daniel Grillo. 3rd down, 3rd and 9.
7:20 left in this first quarter. East Brunswick started on their own 15, got a couple of first downs, and now they're trying to get a 3rd first down. 3rd and about 9. Old Bridge would like to get East Brunswick's offense on the field and get the ball.
Nice.
And this is what makes Hemmings dangerous. He can run with it. The ball came out. I think he might have got it back.
And it would be a first down, too.
Yep, and
Yep, we got it. That's important. Starting where we did, looks like we're going to be working our way across the 50-yard line. Puts us in good field position right now.
And East Brunswick there with their receivers kind of just ran go routes, and Old Bridge was covering them, and Hemming saw no one was available and was able to pick up about 12 yards on that, which was more than enough. Luckily was able to get that ball back. So Bears from the 50-yard line pitch to Gerhardt's, using his speed to get around that outside. And a good pickup on first down.
Well, that's the kind of thing we have to do, is mix it up with, you know, bringing the ball inside, making some good yardage, and then, you know, break it out. We're using that waggle rollout to get that space so that the quarterback has time to throw. This is mixing it up very well.
Yeah, I like East Brunswick has, like you said, mixed it up, and Gerhardt's has that speed where if he gets around that corner, he can pick up some good yards. So 2nd and 8 here from Old Bridge's 42.
2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
Hit the hole. You need to hit the hole hard when you're going for 2 yards.
Yeah, and that's a fullback, Sam Walker, and you know, he unless something's really open on the outside there, he's got to really get north and south and you know, not bounce that one out.
So we end up with a loss of 1, but we're still well within striking distance and consideration of a possible going for it on 4th if we're bold.
Yeah, you know what? It's sort of these games too, Thanksgiving games. You know, you sometimes maybe go for a little bit more than you would earlier in the regular season. So
pull out all the stops, and again, you know, based on our record, you take a risk once in a while.
All right, tried that waggle again, and Old Bridge wasn't fooled.
Yeah, they had a lot of pressure coming.
And you have to mix it up where you go both sides. That waggle going that way is a little bit tougher because, you know, Hemmings has to, even if someone's open, which the pressure got there, he's thrown across his body. So that makes it easy for East Brunswick's decision here to punt the ball. Jones is back punting. A low punt. All right, and we'll be down by Kelleher on Old Bridge 31-yard line. Looks like the wind is in the face a little bit there, so didn't get a great punt there, but Old Bridge starts from their own 31. And I believe Old Bridge, the last 2 games, has not scored. They lost 9-0 to JP Stevens in that final regular season game, which they, I believe, could have wrapped up a #1 seed. They ended up number 2 seed in Central Jersey Group 5, and then Hunter and Central, I believe, beat them 24-0.
That's
so
correct, yes.
They're looking to get their offense going a little bit here. So this is number 9 for Old Bridge, gives it to number 10, Brandon Giles. And a good pickup there. Looked like a couple Bears with a chance to wrap them up there.
That's always a tough situation. It's heartbreaking to see ball players make their way to the ball carrier and not bring them down is always very disheartening.
Yeah. So number 9, Nicholas Lavecchia here has had a nice year for Old Bridge. He's the quarterback.
They're just going to go wide again.
And that was Cameron Hutchins in motion there. Did not give him the ball. Lavecchia kept it and fooled a couple guys on East Brunswick and got a nice pickup. Yeah. And Old Bridge has always been good with the quarterbacks with their ball handling. Very deceptive, and you know, if you're not used to that or haven't seen that a ton, it's tough to find. Especially Lavecchia is not the biggest guy, so he sort of gets caught up behind those linemen as well. And Lavecchia gives it off this time. That's a good hard run by Old Bridge player. Looks like number 26 for Old Bridge. Marcus Lamini.
Kyle Kelleher made the tackle.
And East Brunswick's on their heels a little bit here defensively. Need to maybe a tackle for a loss or, you know, get some penetration here. Lavecchia gives it to number 10, Giles again. And able to get to the outside there and get a good pickup again on first down.
Gerhardt's had to make the tackle. It's hard when the second level people have to shut down the runs on you.
Yeah. Old Bridge started with the ball on their own 31. They're already down to East Brunswick's 12-yard line. Second and short 2. And Lavecchia keeps it, and he bounces off, and he's going to score. So not a ton of resistance there by East Brunswick. 69-yard drive there by Old Bridge, and that's capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Lavecchia kept it and did a nice job of bouncing to the outside. So Old Bridge is up 6-0 with 2:52 left in the first quarter.
Well, again, I'm sure that the scouting staff that's looking at what type of action they're doing will have to make some changes and corrections to try to shut down this type of a pattern of run.
And got it off in good. That was Edward Mish for the extra point. So Old Bridge is up 7-0. So East Brunswick, you know, showed some promise on their first drive. They stalled on a third down in Old Bridge territory. They punted the ball to Old Bridge, and Old Bridge, you know, first play, big play, and then kind of just methodically drove down. No real huge plays except for that first one, but you know, East Brunswick, like you said, has to make some adjustments there. It must feel good for Old Bridge to get a score the last couple of games that have struggled offensively. We'll see if East Brunswick can get a little better kickoff return so they're not, you know, inside their own 20.
Well, hopefully we'll get an opportunity for Gerhardt's to show his speed.
So Mish is going to kick it off, and Gerhardt's is deep for East Brunswick. Gerhardt's from his 8. And he'll bring it out to about the 23-yard line.
Well, that's at least a better field position to start from.
So I know, Mike, when you played, Old Bridge was Madison Central and Cedar Ridge.
That's correct, yes.
And I know when I played my sophomore year, they were Madison Central we played, but then we're Old Bridge my junior year. So you probably have some good memories of playing them. I know we were talking a little before where you beat them pretty good the one year.
Right, we were, my senior year, it was the opener, and they were expected to have a really great team, and we upset them because nobody knew how good we were going to be, and it set them on their heels, and they never did recover. They ended up only 1-8, you know, so.
Right, and that was a nice first down play by East Brunswick, about 12 yards, and that was Werder again. So looks to be Hemming's favorite target today. That's his second catch. And I like that on first down, mixing it up there. East Brunswick's been running on first down and mixing it up with the pass, just keeping them on their heels a little bit. Hemming's to Gerhardt's, and not much there. Good penetration by Old Bridge, maybe got a yard.
Everybody's good, right?
East Brunswick number 5, John Gerhardt.
Second down. Second down.
2nd and 9 here for the Bears. Pretty quick first quarter, minute 40 left. Old Bridge is up 7-0 on a 12-yard run by Nick Lavecchia. East Brunswick looking to answer. Toss to Gerhardt's. And he's got
the way to turn it on. Well, too bad, because he deserved to get a touchdown.
Yeah,
on that
he
one.
did. That was a great run by number 5, John Gerhardt's, number 13, Daniel Grillo, with a saving tackle at right about the 4-yard line. They're going to mark it, and I must say, a real nice block by number 14, Aiden Werder, on the perimeter there.
A 61-yard run for Gerhardt.
And East Brunswick is in business here. This is a good response to Old Bridge's touchdown. Full house backfield here for East Brunswick. They're just waiting for the chain man to get there with the first down marker. To Gerhardt's, and he's close. They're going to give it to him there.
All right.
Good response there by East Brunswick. Gerhardt's obviously with the big 61-yard run on the play before, and they're going to reward him and give him the ball right back. Nice job by the right side of the offensive line by East Brunswick. He had a big hole there to run through.
Well, again, that's what I was saying about us, showing well in the first quarter. If we can carry that on, here we are. We're in an even ball game.
And looks like
I spoke too soon.
Yeah. So it looks like the wind is in the face a little bit. I'm not sure if that had something to do with it, and just sort of looked like came across that and hooked it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not the best snap either. Well, let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt us later.
That timing on the snap and setting, if it gets bobbled, it cuts your chances of a good extra point well down.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, that's all timing. You're used to the ball being down there. You're taking your steps. You're assuming that the ball's going to be there, and when it's not, it throws everything off. So. Well, regardless, good response there by East Brunswick. 1:06 left in the first quarter. Old Bridge 7-6.
It's important that we shut down the return.
And that's number 15, Cameron Hutchins from his own 10.
Push. Good. Host of tacklers, I like that.
Yeah, good pursuit. So Old Bridge will start from their own 30.
Number 15, Cameron Hutchins. Stop made by East Brunswick. Number 55, Dylan.
So we'll see if East Brunswick can do a little bit better job of shutting down this Old Bridge offense on this drive. Becky's going to pass.
And he's getting sacked.
And that's Quinnen.
Nice job, Quinn.
Yep, that's Michael Quinnen, number 50. Also give a little heads up there and to the East Brunswick secondary, because Lavecchia was looking to pass to someone, and East Brunswick secondary did a nice job covering, which gave Quinnen a little time to get to him.
Well, putting it at almost 2nd and 18 puts a lot of pressure on Old Bridge and makes it a little bit easier to cover and be there for the changeup that they're going to try.
And looks like he might have got the first down on that play. That was number 26, Marcus Lamini, and they're going to give him a first down. Looked like Javon Gonzaroli had him by the jersey, but sort of got, carried for a little bit. And a couple other Bears helped him out, but too late. And that's a little disheartening on a 2nd and 18. You have a nice play by Michael Quinn, and that looks like it's going to be the end of the first quarter. So 7-6 Old Bridge, end of the first quarter. What have you seen so far, Mike?
Well, again, it's something that's been a problem all year long is not having the defensive players bring the ball carrier down on first contact. It's very difficult to shut a team down when it takes a second or third contact to bring a ball carrier down, and a little bit too often it's been a singular tackler rather than a good host of pursuit getting on the ball and making the tackle. So we've got to do a better job of that this game, and looking into the future. As far as offense, I see a lot of good things. Typical, like I said, first quarter where we are very consistent. We move the ball. We look really good, and I hope that we carry that into this second quarter here.
Yeah, the way it's going now, we're going to need that offense to be able to do that. And like you say, when you see those really good teams play at whatever level it is, you see multiple guys at the ball. So East Brunswick's got to do a better job of that this second quarter, rest of the game. And Lavecchia is going to keep it. And he's going to get tackled after about a 5-yard gain. Looked like Michael Quinnen might have been on that tackle again, but
Yes.
He didn't get touched till about 4 or 5 yards down the field there.
6 yards, 2nd down and 4.
Okay, so about 2nd and 4 here. Lavecchia in the shotgun. He's going to keep it again, and he's going to be about a half a yard short, so it's going to be a 3rd and a short one. Looked like Sam Walker was in on that tackle for East Brunswick. Well, this would be a big stop by East Brunswick if they could hold him here.
Here's an opportunity to gain some respect.
Yep. Looked like he gave a hard count there. I'm not sure if they had an East Brunswick guy.
Well,
You got encroachment on the defense. Result, it will be a first down.
I don't know about that. Well, Old Bridge will get the first down on that penalty, so the drive stays alive.
Again, this is the kind of situation we just can't have those type of mistakes.
Levecki in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to number 26, who bounces off the tackle.
Good pursuit.
Yep, number 22 there for East Brunswick. Michael Contreras did a nice job of coming up from his corner spot and making a nice tackle there. So it's about a 4-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and 6. Again, East Brunswick had, I think, Javon Gonzaroli had some nice initial contact, wasn't able to bring him down. Levecchia gives it again to Lamine. And they're going to give him the first down on that chains move.
Well, it's critical at this point that we really have to shut them down because we're just on the edge of 4-down territory here.
Yeah, and one thing also, you know, there's, you know, in high school football, East Brunswick, they have a lot of guys playing both ways. So maybe part of that with East Brunswick sort of starting off better, and then as the game goes on is, you know, this defense staying on the field for a long time. They have some guys that are playing offense that are on defense.
That's true.
And there's a pitch to number 15, Hutchins, and he has a lot of space there, and he's going to score. There is a flag on the field. That's in the holding area. Let's
certainly is.
Let's hear what they say. And the Old Bridge coach is yelling, so it's got to be on.
On the offense, that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
Well, it's clear that that type of thing, you know, would come up because when you lose your corner contain,
exactly,
there's usually a reason for it, and it wasn't because of bad play.
Exactly. So that wipes out that 42-yard touchdown, and Old Bridge is going to call timeout.
I think it was EB, actually. I'm sorry. EB timeout.
East Brunswick, actually, we just found out, called that timeout. Well, we see the East Brunswick players talking to Coach Mollars here. This is Coach Mollars' first year. We already chronicled it a little bit in the games that we did earlier. He was at Carteret and very successful there for many years. For the last few years, he was at St. Joe's of Metuchen and sort of helped that program get started as a football program, which they didn't have before. And this is his first year in East Brunswick. And, you know, it's an adjustment for Coach. It's an adjustment for some of the players, putting in his things that he wants to do. And obviously East Brunswick struggled this year, but you know, they've had a tough schedule. I mean, the red division had a lot of teams that made the playoffs. You know, the team that wasn't in the red division that they played, Manalapan, you know, was in the state championship game. So they, you know, the schedule was not, you know, it was a tough schedule this year for them. So
well, that also shows in having 20 seniors. Those players, 3 years, they were under Coach Borden pretty much right from the freshman go, and now they had to quickly absorb a new system.
Exactly.
That also was very much of a challenge.
Yep.
Go for it.
All right, and they were looking to throw the ball deep to number 13, Daniel Grillo, who's got some nice height. And McSweeney did a pretty good job. Aaron McSweeney, number 1, did a pretty good job of playing that ball and was just able to get a hand on it to sort of disrupt that and knock it out. It looked like Grillo was going to come down with it, but at the last second wasn't able to grab it.
I really thought that McSweeney good had a possibility of being able to position himself to take that ball down himself.
Yeah, he was in a good position. Second and 17, bad snap. And that was number 88 was right there. Mark Garrett brought him down right away. So no gain on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 18 here.
Well, hopefully we can hold them here and maybe force them to punt, even if it puts us deep in our own territory.
Yeah, get that ball back.
We'd like to be able to stay away from that 4-down territory.
Yeah, right. If they get maybe 10 yards, 12 yards here, I would think they would go for it. So you might even see a play that just wants to get him that yardage. Good penetration by Garrett. And that was a nice tackle there by number 1, Aaron McSweeney, to hold him. But like you said, they were able to get pretty good yardage here. So it's interesting to see what Oldbridge wants to do. Is it worth really pinning them back, or I think they're going to go for it here?
I believe they will, even if they don't make much yardage. It still puts us in a reasonably tougher situation.
Yeah. And this is somewhat manageable, 4th and 6. So we'll see what Oldbridge decides to do here.
Yeah, they're going with the full house backfield.
Yeah, what, East Brunswick moved, but I think number 26 moved first for Oldbridge.
I think so.
He can go in motion.
He can.
What do you got? What do you got?
He's allowed to go in motion. That should be on the defense.
Guys, encroachment, you got the same thing. We have encroachment on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat.
All right, going to be 4th and 1 now. So this makes it, a little bit easier and probably changes up the play that Oldbridge is going to run here.
Again, it's unfortunate to make these kind of mistakes. Even a team that has a great winning record can't afford this type of error.
Yep. And Lavecchia just kept it himself there. And that kind of just takes the wind out of your sails if you're East Brunswick. And Oldbridge continues its drive here, thanks in part to that penalty by East Brunswick, which was a killer.
Well, being able to stop them here is really critical. If we can put ourselves in a position to keep them from scoring, which we do not.
No, and barely was touched there on that. So that's number 15, Cameron Hutchins, 24-yard touchdown run. And really, I don't think, other than maybe that was McSweeney who maybe got a hand on him there, he was not touched on that.
Right. Well, let's see how he does. The wind is in this kicker's face this time. It's good.
It is good. So Oldbridge goes up 14-6 with 6:25 left in the second quarter. I thought a couple big plays there. The 3rd and 18 Oldbridge had, they were able to get about 12 yards, so they decided to go for it. And then obviously East Brunswick jumping, encroachment on the 4th down play to make it a 4th and 1. And like you said, no matter what team you are, penalties like that affect the game and affect the outcome. So,
well, the biggest thing for us now, again, is there's still 6 minutes left in this half, and it's critical that East Brunswick's offense get on the move, be able to show that they can continue to move the ball. Even though we're down the equivalent of 2 scores, we're quite in the game. And we can't let this thing get away from us.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, East Brunswick on all their drives have shown that they can move the ball. So, last score that Oldbridge had, East Brunswick answered, right away on their next drive. We'll see if they can do that again. Gerhardt's is deep for the Bears. Edward Mish with the kick. And Gerhardt's from about a 16-yard line. And looks like he'll come out to about the 26-yard line.
East Brunswick number 5, John Gerhardt on the kickoff return, made by Oldbridge number 42, Demetrius Tate. East Brunswick takes over first and 10 from its own 27-yard line.
Well, we have to take advantage of the fact that at this point, the way the wind's blowing, mostly at our back, this is important for this quarter. If we have the opportunity to pass, we should take advantage of it.
Gerhardt's with the carry, bounces it outside. And a good pickup on first down for East Brunswick.
Number 5, John Gerhardt on the carry.
Looks to have about 9
Oldbridge number 15,
on the play. Up, they're going to give him the first down.
carry good for a gain of 10 yards. And East Brunswick Bears first down.
Well, they did a good job of bouncing out there and getting those extra yards.
Good job on the perimeter again by East Brunswick blocking. Double tight here by the Bears. Gerhardt's the left side. Good hit there by Oldbridge defensive lineman.
See, in that situation, the defense put 6 people up front, anticipating a run. That's where Coach Molar is going to have to mix it up maybe and do more of that first down throwing. Surprise people, because, you know, this is the type of situation where you got to do that, especially when you have that wind at your back.
Exactly. And I know they did that on their last scoring drive. They had about a 14-yard gain on first down where they passed the ball. Gerhardt's again on the right side. Good cut. So this makes it a little bit more manageable. Third down looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and 4.
East Brunswick number 5, John Gerhardt on the carry. Oldbridge number 22, Edward Nish was in on the stop.
3rd down, guys.
Well, the biggest thing is you just don't want to be too predictable.
3rd and 4.
Okay, Gerhardt's is spread out now. They got 4 wide. Walker in the backfield. Hemmings in the shotgun. He also can run the ball. And Hemmings took a big hit there.
Pass falls incomplete. Oldbridge number 5, that's Miles Williams.
Hemmings did a good job of just getting rid of that ball in time and gave Gerhardt's a chance to make a play. That was a tough catch. So at least East Brunswick moved the field position a little bit.
Let's see how this punt goes with the wind at the back. Hopefully it'll put it deep.
Ball's gone.
Okay, fair catch by Oldbridge's number 24, Isaiah Trawick, on his own 29-yard line. So that's where they're going to mark it on 30. So that's where Oldbridge will start. Looks like the clock's. Okay, 4:08 left in this second quarter.
From its own 30-yard line.
Well, it's about time. We really need to have a few big plays to show our defensive mettle.
Yeah, a turnover would be nice. Lavecchia keeps it. Nice job there by East Brunswick. Good penetration, good pursuit. Looked like Doug Scott, number 78, was able to corral him after maybe just about a yard.
Second down. Second down.
That's the kind of action we need on the defense to make the tackle on the first level.
Yep.
Made by East Brunswick number 30, Chris Jones.
And putting them in a hole.
Doug Scott. Gain of 1 yard.
Levecki in the shotgun again. And in motion, a little toss
Little
here, a little
reverse.
misdirection, yeah. And that was Chris Jones on the tackle, number 15, Hutchins.
15, Cameron Hutchins on the run.
So a little misdirection there, a little reverse by Oldbridge.
Jones.
Trying to catch East Brunswick over pursuing, which they did, although,
Gain of
you know,
10 yards.
about a 11-yard gain. So keeps the chains moving, keeps the clock moving. We're down to about 3 minutes left in this second quarter. Becca gives it off, up the middle. And that's going to be close to a first down. That's Marcus Lamini, number 26.
Give me a spot. Put it down. Let's put
And I think that's the first down.
Marcus Lamini on the carry. Stop made by East Brunswick number 30, Chris Jones. First down.
Now that's an area where you don't want to be consistent in missing the tackle at the first level,
Now,
where you get your hands on the person and they break away for an 8-yard gain.
Vecchi's going to keep it. A nice job there. That looked like number 58, I believe, for East Brunswick. And that is Joe Chetta.
Nicholas
Good penetration and was able to
stop made
trip up Lavecchia for no gain.
So it turns out that even though the formation isn't the standard formation, this is pretty much of an option
Yep,
offense.
exactly.
down, second and 10.
Have a couple different wrinkles in there. And up the middle again, they've had a little success with that on this drive, getting it up the middle. And number 26, Marcus Lamini, is running pretty hard. He's hitting that hold hard and carrying some defenders with him as well after initial contact.
Gerhardt.
Well, that's where it is when you have an option type of offense. They get you to just hesitate just long enough to get that seam.
Exactly.
And it's really up to the linebackers to have to fill those gaps and holes to make the tackle.
Oldbridge number 9, Nicholas Lavecchia on the keeper.
And, you know, defending the option, you have, you know, certain guys have certain responsibilities that you have to do each time. You can't, you know, get, you know, tricked into, you know, going with someone else when your job is something. So it looks like a timeout here by Oldbridge.
Well, in evaluating it, that is typical of an option offense, because what it does is it puts you in a matchup situation where you're almost forced to have to one-on-one make the tackle because of the possibilities that are put out there by an option offense.
Exactly, and that's what makes it tough. And if you have those, you know, skill guys with good speed and things like that, you want those one-on-one matchups. So Oldbridge is calling timeout here because there is 1:10 left in the second quarter, so they're looking to get another score on the board before the half is over. East Brunswick obviously is looking to stop them, and I believe, if I was correct, East Brunswick did get the ball to start, so Oldbridge will also get the ball to start the second half. So this makes it even more important for East Brunswick to get a stop, because Oldbridge will have the ball to start the second half. I believe Oldbridge has 2 timeouts left. East Brunswick took one earlier, so they have 2 timeouts as well.
Well, that puts it in a tough situation for them to decide whether to keep the ball on the ground or go to the air.
Yeah. And they're going to go in the air there, and they got... All right, and they had number 26, Marcus Lamini, and kind of bobble the ball, and then a couple good hits on him to dislodge the ball.
Yeah, it looked like McSweeney was the one that actually, you know, almost came down with it in a way, I thought.
That would have been, yeah, that would have been nice.
So that was the decision that Oldbridge made, to go to the air to reserve the clock for this, you know, again, being in 4-down territory. I'm pretty sure they're going to stay on the ground, but
Right.
I've been wrong before.
Yeah. They are spreading East Brunswick out here. They have 4 wides.
He'll probably keep it. There he goes.
Rolling out to his left.
All right, that's good.
Yeah. And I understand coming this way, you want to go to the wide side, but that made it a tougher throw for Lavecchia, and East Brunswick got good penetration. Kelleher was there as well as a couple other Bears.
With the way that they've been running, that was, again, that type of switch up that kind of surprises me, knowing they had 2 downs and how they've been able to run the ball.
Yeah.
That they didn't let Lavecchia keep the ball and run it.
And that's a good point, too, because they are going for it here. So you figure, you know, we're going for it anyway, so why not see if we can get it or get a little bit closer, and then we could always, you know, throw it on 4th down if you needed to. But
being that they still do have timeouts.
Yep. So big play here for both teams, 4th and 7. And it looks like Old Bridge might call a timeout here. They just want to make sure, I guess, they have the play that they want. And
again, being their last opportunity.
A couple things for our viewers as we have a minute here. I know East Brunswick had another successful fall season. You know, boys soccer and girls soccer both won the GMC championship. Also had some players that won some awards throughout. We'll try to get some of those names. You know, just overall a really good year for the fall sports. Also must point out, I know it's cold, the East Brunswick cheerleaders are out here even in the cold. They're bundled up a little bit, but do a nice job as well. Well, just under a minute left in this first half. Big play here, 4th and 7. Old Bridge leads 14-6. Let's see what Old Bridge decides to do. And they decide to throw for it, and pretty open on that play. Looked like there was a big cushion. That was number 6, Tyler Hopman. So clock stops momentarily until they move the chains. 50 seconds left. Up ball. Ball came out. I think he got it back, though. Old Bridge might want to burn a timeout here.
He's got it. Here we go, son. Thank you.
Which they do.
That was Lamini. A couple, I missed who that was, but a couple good hits there by East Brunswick players. So that's it for Old Bridge with timeouts.
Second, really? All right, good, awesome. Well, just in case, you know what, let's charge that second one during halftime, and then, yeah. I have no idea. Because I saw Nick, I saw him over by the sideline, so I was expecting him not to be.
So you would expect Old Bridge in this situation, you know, on the 18-yard lines, they're out of timeouts. Obviously, you get a first down. Clock stops momentarily for them to get the chain set up, but you expect them maybe to go in the air a little bit more here, you know, because if they run the ball, don't get a first down and stay in bounds, the clock continues to go, and they can't stop it now unless they, you know, would come up and spike the ball. But it's, we'll see here. Second down for Old Bridge.
Oh man, there was some holding there.
And Lavecchia rolled out there. Again, Hopman, who was his target on that 4th down, did a nice job of finding where the chains were and just was able to keep a foot in. And that will give them a first down with 35 seconds left.
Well, fortunately, he did not get out of bounds, I don't think. I don't see, no, the clock's not moving, so he did get out of bounds too.
So first and goal here from about the 8. Lavecchia rolls to his right. Again to Hopman, and same exact route. And again, just a lot of room, and you know, you got to be up on him because, you know, he's not going to beat you deep on that. Just ran the same route twice in a row, and they did the same play twice in a row. So a little disheartening there for East Brunswick right at the end of the second quarter. So Old Bridge with that goes up 20-6.
Well, I hate to sound like a complainer, but having been a coach, I do see quite a bit of holding actually going on by the offensive line, and they're not calling it.
I think they usually do it in between the third and the fourth.
Sometimes the refs decide to just let them play, and
Yeah.
that's just the way it goes. But I've seen a lot of shirts being pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah, like probably right when we started the third quarter. Yeah.
Well, East Brunswick calls a timeout here.
This is the kind of situation I just hoped wouldn't happen, going in down, with the 2 touchdowns and the point also.
Yeah.
Puts a lot of pressure on them for coming out in the second half. And again, this shows they played very well for most of the second quarter. Offensively moving the ball again, but just defensively not being able to be able to prevent them from making them first downs.
Yeah. And even a little more disappointing, like we said earlier, that Old Bridge does get the ball to start the second half. So.
Well, at least their extra point kicker is consistent.
Yeah. So 30 seconds left here. Old Bridge up 21-6. If you're just joining us, Old Bridge got the scoring started in the first quarter with a 12-yard run by their quarterback, Nick Lavecchia. 12-yard run with 2:52 left in the first quarter. East Brunswick responded. Big 61-yard run by John Gerhardt that got him down to the 4, and they gave the ball back to him for a touchdown from 4 yards out. Unfortunately, East Brunswick pulled their exit point, a little trouble with the timing of the snap, so it was 7-6 Old Bridge. Old Bridge with 6:25 left in the second quarter, had a 24-yard run by Hutchins. Extra point was good to go up 14-6, and like you just saw, an 8-yard pass from Lavecchia to Hopman with 30 seconds left, and the extra point was good. So 21-6, that's where we're at. Let's see if East Brunswick can get a decent return here and maybe have a chance to at least have an attempt to maybe throw one into the end zone late.
Well, they do have 2 timeouts left. Things can happen.
Yep. And that was returned by number 22, Michael Contreras. They did a little squib there. And I would probably think East Brunswick here would, being, on their own 20, only 25 seconds left. I like being aggressive, but I'm not sure if this is, the time that you do that. I would say if you had a little bit better return, you might do that, but on your own 20, I think, well, they're gonna spread them out and
maybe run a draw.
yeah, exactly. I know he likes that shuffle pass too. All right, so Hemmings to Gerhardt's.
First down.
First down, 14-yard gain, so now they're on the 34, 19.5 seconds left.
Okay, let's not be shy.
Yeah. And Old Bridge is willing to keep that ball in front of them.
Well, when you start getting down 2 scores plus, you got to take some risks.
Yeah. In a cover 3 here, Old Bridge, they got 3 guys on the, deep part of the field. Hemmings rolls out.
Nice effort.
Yep.
Use the timeout.
Yep. Gonzaroli there on the reception. Gain of about 14 again, so you're at midfield here. So they will take a timeout. We see the Bears here huddled up.
We still have enough time for 2 plays.
Yeah.
A player agitated you? Educated, on.
So East Brunswick making it a little interesting. So they've gained 30 yards in 2 plays.
Never do that.
Hemmings is doing a good job of stepping up, finding an open space to be able to take his time and throw. That's very important.
Yeah. And one thing to note with Hemmings too is he is a junior, so he will be back next year for the Bears. So he's, you know, this year has been a good experience year for him.
All right, fellas, here we go. Here we go.
And
he has developed more and more poise as the season has gone along, too. I've seen that.
I agree.
Ball's gone!
Get down. They're holding them.
That was totally unnecessary.
Yep. Yep, they will get another play here
That's right.
on that defensive personal foul and penalty.
There's those type of situations where you wish you had somebody with really good foot, because it'll put us in a field goal position if we had that type of kicker.
Right.
Okay, we have a dead. No, it's a dead ball foul. Dead ball foul. We're done with the half.
I was saying a dead ball foul.
We have a dead ball foul, personal, on the defense. The half has officially ended. The penalty will be marked in the beginning of the second half. That is it. No, you had a dead ball foul, Coach. Dead ball foul. That implies exactly. But it was a dead ball foul. So
it's interesting when because the rulings between high school, college, and pros are all so different. You just don't know what the refs are going to say, and you can't question it because you don't know.
Yeah, and we don't know up here. You always hear you can't end on a defensive penalty. I guess if you're saying it's a dead ball foul and it's after the play is over, I guess that doesn't, so you hope they know what they're talking about. But 21-6, Old Bridge leading at halftime, and we'll be right back with the start of the second half.
So if you
Drum major Kevin Houston, is the band ready? East Brunswick High School Marching Band, you may take the field for our halftime entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, the East Brunswick High School Marching Band.
And we're back here at J. Doyle Field. Very interesting end to that first half. East Brunswick had the ball and completed a pass. The clock ran out, but Old Bridge got called for a personal foul, a dead ball personal foul, which according to the referees would be enforced at the start of the second half, so the drive didn't continue. So if it looks a little bit weird in a minute when we show where East Brunswick's kicking off, but that's because of the penalty. And we were kind of talking, Mike, before, I'm not sure if this was on camera or not, but this might even be a chance for East Brunswick to do an onside kick. They're not going to have great field position anyway, so maybe it's a chance to do that.
Right, and I wouldn't want to take a risk on kicking it into the end zone. I would not want to kick this away, so I'm either going to pooch kick it. I definitely would think about putting an onside kick in this, and they do. And there's the opportunity.
And they were thinking like we were thinking there, and it actually did bounce off the Old Bridge player a little bit, but there was no one for East Brunswick there. And that was number 39, Wisdom Donkor, with the recovery. Must also give a shout out to our camera crew who is braving the elements. We went down for a little bit, I know at halftime, and it's, with the wind, it's really cold out there. So Diane and Paul, who are doing the cameras, great job. And,
Yes, up here, the wind is not biting like it is when you get outside there.
And that's number 10, who's shown some good speed for up ball on the ground, but Old Bridge lucky to get that. That was Brandon Gills. I mean, this is really, I think for East Brunswick to stay in this game. I know there's plenty of time left in the game, but you go down another score here, and that makes it interesting for East Brunswick to get back in this game. So they really need to get a stop on this drive.
Yeah, it's really important that they show that they can shut down this offense somewhere along the line so that they can take an opportunity to use their talents on offense to get a score and get back in this game.
And that was Gerhardt's on the tackle, but not after number 26, Marcus Lamini, gets about 7 yards on that play.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So 2nd down and 3 here.
LaVecchia back, keeps it. Nice play there.
Nice play.
That's good shopping money, right?
That looks like number 58. Joe Chetta.
Carry, stop made by East Brunswick number 58, Joe Chetta.
Thank you very much. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, appreciate it.
We need to see more of that on that first level tackling. That's what we need.
And Nick Levecki has done a nice job, the quarterback for Old Bridge, of making reads and giving the ball when he should. So we'll see here, big 3rd and 2 for Old Bridge. Hutchins in motion.
26, 5, 13. Old Bridge number 26.
And that was Lamini. So got 2 and more than the 2, got about 8 yards on that play. Kelleher on the tackle for the Bears, but not after. Old Bridge picks up another first down, keeps this drive moving here.
This becomes that critical time again where you got to shut them down, because now we're moving into that 4-down territory again.
Lamini again on the left side, and he's got a lot of yards there.
So now with 3rd missed tackle, that's the kind of stuff that kills you.
Yep.
Hey, Mike.
Old Bridge number 26, Marcus Lamini. Carry, stop made.
So got down to about the 7-yard line, so that was a gain of about 33 on that play. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 7. East Brunswick already down 2 scores, and would need a 2-point conversion in addition to that. And you're going to go down to 3rd score if Old Bridge is able to get a touchdown here. Levecki to Lamini again. And a stack of Bears stop him, but not until he gets down to about the 2-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2.
Second down.
Lamini on the carry, gain of 4 yards, 2nd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Talk to our teams out here. Talk to our own teams.
Levecki in the shotgun. Man in motion gets the ball, and that's number 15 who goes in untouched for the touchdown. 2-yard score by Cameron Hutchins, his 2nd on the day. And with 8:49 left in the 3rd quarter, Old Bridge goes up 27-6, pending the extra point.
Try out here. White try.
So they're giving that ball to the ball carrier, running laterally and just leaving him to find his opening and pick his way.
Mm-hmm.
You even hit the minus on the scoreboard, too.
This is Edward Mish for the extra point, and that's his 4th of the day. Old Bridge goes up 28-6 with 8:49 left in this 3rd quarter. So not the start that East Brunswick wanted. Obviously, Old Bridge, that's what they wanted to do. They got the ball, and East Brunswick tried that onside kick, which I thought was a good move. Weren't able to get it. Old Bridge dodged the bullet a little bit on that drive where they did drop the ball, but it took a nice bounce where they were able to recover that, and then were just able to move the ball down the field pretty easily on that drive to go up 28-6.
Well, what we need to do is try to maintain, even though we're down, we need to try to maintain that intensity on offensive especially, because, again, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, stranger things have happened. And, this is it for those seniors that we mentioned earlier that were out with their parents and their other relatives. So, you don't want to go out and, give up here, and with which East Brunswick isn't. Yeah, you got to, little by little here. It starts with a good return, and then offense has been moving the ball pretty well all game. Gerhardt's is deep. Mish with the kickoff. Good one here. Caught it about his own 4-yard line. Had a little hole there for a second, but Old Bridge closed nicely.
The thing about this situation is that both teams always look at Thanksgiving games the same way. It's not only the close of the season, but it's also a pretense of what you want to try to strive for next season.
That is true.
So even if you lose, you want to go out strong.
Yeah. And then for most of these seniors on East Brunswick, I don't know, maybe even all of them, this would be their last, you know, real football game that they'll play.
True.
Other than with, you know, maybe friends and playing, you know,
little street football.
Street football. I tried that a few years ago, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. Hadn't really, you know, played, and I said, all right, people were playing on Thanksgiving, so I'll tell you, later that day and the next day I couldn't walk. So it's different muscles, and it wasn't a good idea. But I'm sure a lot of people are doing that today somewhere in the park and have you know, it's obviously a tradition with the football.
Absolutely. It is a little bit cold to be out there throwing in ball and running today.
Yeah. Hemmings decides to keep it. That looked more of a planned run there. They'll pick up about 4 on the play, so it's going to be a 3rd and about 5, maybe a 6, where they marked it.
Well, it'd be nice to be able to get a first so that we can open up the game a little bit.
Yeah. So far, number 14 for the Bears, Aiden Werder's been a favorite target of Hemmings. Gonzaroli, I believe, has also had a catch. He's also looked for Gerhardt's in a couple situations, so we'll see. 4 wide here for East Brunswick. Walker in the backfield with Hemmings in the shotgun. Looked like almost a planned draw.
Good, smart play.
Yeah, smart play there, exactly. They spread Oldbridge out. Took a step or two and looked down the field and almost looked like a planned draw, and he was able to get about 10 yards on that. So, like you said, Mike, good job of keeping the drive alive.
Well, now we're in a position to be able to open it up again. You know, we're in a position now, the score as it is, take a few risks.
Yeah, you have nothing to lose, and like you had mentioned before, this might be a down where you maybe take a shot down the field, mix it up a little bit. Gerhardt's dropped it, but I do believe fell right back on it. Well, Bears fortunate there to get back on that ball, so only maybe lost looks like maybe right back where the line of scrimmage was, so we'll call it a 2nd and 10, maybe a 2nd and 11.
The hands, let's get the hands up, guys.
Three receivers down to the bottom of the screen. Gerhardt's in the backfield with Hemmings, a little shuffle pass.
Well, caught them on the blitz on that one. That was well timed.
Yeah, and the right call for that type of defense. So late flag here. Maybe a sideline warning.
Yeah, they told the coach to stay off. I saw him turn around and tell him.
Here.
So
I mean, they don't usually have a problem with you coming 1 or 2 yard lines when you're almost coming to the hash mark.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yeah, that guy, I don't know why he moved. Third! That one shouldn't have moved. Yeah.
Okay, so we got about a 3rd and a long 1 or a short 2.
Let's go, Green. The clock's moving, guys. Come on. Hands gonna go up.
Can't hesitate.
Yeah.
You need to hit the hole.
Yep, and Good job there by Old Bridge, number 48. Dimitri Mikhol on the tackle, just and he hesitated a little bit there, Coach Molars, but he decided to kick it here. I guess he's not ready quite yet to take a risk like that. Jones back to punt. Low snap.
Decent kick.
Yep. And that's always a pet peeve of mine when the punt returner doesn't catch it when you have an opportunity to. You just lost yourself about 15 yards on that. You know, it's different if you think you can't catch it or you have to rush to get it where you might fumble, but you know.
Well, also, if you're standing for receiving at the 10-yard line and you wave it off and let it roll into the end zone, that's one thing. But you're on the 35.
Right. Yeah. So that ends up being a pretty nice punt with the roll for East Brunswick. So Old Bridge is going to start inside their own 20 on the 15-yard line. So this, we keep saying it, but this really is a time East Brunswick needs to, at the very least, get this Old Bridge offense off the field. Obviously, a turnover would be nice, but need to see some life from this East Brunswick defense here.
Well, especially, he has a single backfield, so he's still using that option. I can't dance with him.
Yeah, exactly. So once again, they had, like you were talking about, that guy laterally in motion, number 10. Looked like some guys went with him, and Levecki again does a nice job with that read and picks up, over 15 yards. Looks like we got a Bear injured here, number 35 for the Bears, Shaib Mekra. He's a senior, so hopefully he'll maybe just banged up a little bit and be able to get back out there on the field. Longtime trainer we see in our screen there, Phil Hostler. He's the head trainer, has been for a long time for East Brunswick, so he's going to take a look at him.
I've seen that cart. It has literally everything you need. It's almost an ambulance.
Yeah, exactly. Well, while they tend to him, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back here at J. Doyle Field.
Well, picking up with them having a first down.
Unfortunately, that's been a common theme. A lot of first downs for this Old Bridge team. Started this drive on their own 15, just had a nice gain of 16 yards, so see what East Brunswick defensively can do. Levecki are going to throw the ball here. Look like a little wheel route, but
fumble. It's a fumble.
They're
oh, that's weak.
They're gonna say he didn't have it long enough. That would have been an opportunity for a big play, because there is really no Old Bridge players around that. So East Brunswick could have scooped that ball up and maybe even scored. So a little, being aggressive, Old Bridge. You're up 28-6, so they're not, just content to run the ball. They saw something there, actually had a little wheel route with the back, and he was wide open, but wasn't able to hold on to it. They're calling that incomplete. So 2nd and 10 for Old Bridge on their own 31.
It's interesting that they're the ones that are deciding to take a chance on first down.
Exactly. Right. You would think, if anything, East Brunswick would be doing that. Again, that man in motion, Levecki keeping it. And again, not getting in touch really till about 4 or 5 yards past that first down marker. He's going to end up getting about 8 on the play.
Gerhardt's having to make the tackle.
Yeah. They got a 3rd and 2 here.
8 yards, 3rd down, 3rd and 2 for the Knights.
Gill's in motion again. Levecki gives it to him this time and got the ball out. And that looked like number 88, excuse me, Mark Garrett, that got the ball loose. And I couldn't quite pick up the number for East Brunswick. That, I don't know if you saw that, Mike, that recovered. Kevin.
That was 22, East Brunswick number 22, Michael Contreras with the fumble recovery. First down.
And it looks like Michael Contreras, we just heard, came up with that fumble recovery, so he's in the right spot at the right time there. East Brunswick has a short field here on the Old Bridges 45. Let's see if they can take advantage. Little halfback pass from Gerhardt's.
Unfortunately, I don't think he realized how much time he had. He hurried that throw a little bit.
Yeah. And again, he's going into the wind as well, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for that throw. But East Brunswick getting a little creative there on that first down. I think no matter what here, you know, this is 4-down territory when you're on the other side of the field down, 22 like East Brunswick is with 2:37 in the third quarter. So
yeah, this is the kind of series where you just throw until you get a first down.
Yeah, exactly.
Or better.
Yeah. 4 wide again for the Bears. Gerhardt's in the backfield.
I'm sure they'll be coming.
Toss to Gerhardt's.
Wow.
East Brunswick number 5.
Only was able to pick up a couple yards, maybe a yard on the play, so it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Gain of 1 yard. It's 3rd down and 9.
East Brunswick has shown a couple times today they like, spreading Old Bridge out a little bit with those 4 wides, and Hemming has the option, if he doesn't like something, to also take off himself. That has been pretty successful as well. Looks like Old Bridge is sending some people. Hemmings does a nice job getting out of there, but just can't quite get away. Another nice
step.
Yeah, another nice play by number 48, Dimitri Mikol. He's been having a nice game here for them. And Old Bridge was aggressive there. They sent a couple people, and Hemmings just never had the time. Looked like he might be able to escape, but just got tripped up.
This never dies. No, it's something with the cold, because even the one up there.
Well, like we thought, this isn't surprising. East Brunswick's going to go for it with the 4th and 10.
All right.
Thank you.
Actually, you know what? Ask Andrew. He should be up in our stands. Ask him if he has any extra.
Okay, well,
He probably won't.
Well, it's interesting to see if Old Bridge will decide to come with pressure or which they do.
Little
this
screen.
is,
He read
accepted it.
Oh, man.
Timed it, expected it.
Yep.
But, not surprisingly, I mean, that's a call that I probably would have considered myself a screen because they're coming.
Yeah.
The linebacker just timed it perfectly. What are you going to do?
Number 22, Edward Mish, who's been the kicker for extra points as well. So he, just like you said, he timed it perfectly. He read the play perfectly, and he got there just at the right time where it's even tough for Hemmings to see that. He just cut in front of him. So.
Well, this is kind of the pattern that we've seen kind of all season, where we've just lost touch with the game in the third quarter and put ourselves in a very difficult situation where we're offensively having to kind of reach for straws.
Exactly.
He's good at that usually. I don't know why he held the line. Let's go.
So Mish, after the interception for a touchdown, see if he can add the extra point. And he does, and Old Bridge moves up 35-6 with 1:25 left in the third quarter. Well, like I had mentioned earlier, if Old Bridge holds on to win this game, which it looks like they are going to, they will go to 17-3 all-time in this series.
And also then they get the opportunity to be co-champs in the red division here.
Yeah, so they were definitely obviously playing, you know, for that as well. A little disappointing end to their season up until this point, but, you know, that's still something you can hang your hat on, that, you know, you win this in a tough red division this year. A lot of good teams. You know, Old Bridge made the playoffs. Sayreville made the playoffs. South Brunswick, you know, Piscataway is in the playoffs. Monroe. So a lot of quality teams this year.
Unfortunately, the way the new playoff system is being set up, there's a good chance that Thanksgiving games may become a thing of the past.
Right. Edison as well. I forgot to mention them. Gerhardt's from his 4 up the left side. And number 48 for Old Bridge is having himself a game. Another tackle, that's his second tackle on that kickoff this half, and he's made a couple nice plays on defense as well.
What do you got? I sure do. That's my 2nd grade teacher. Yep, my 2nd grade teacher right there. I was giving you the 2 fingers to him, like, 2nd grade, 2nd grade. Tell her I said hello.
All right, starting for own 18 and bad pitch.
Yeah, looked like he had trouble with it initially, and then, you know, the pitch wasn't good. That's one of those where you kind of just eat it. You don't even make that pitch when things are going bad. But obviously East Brunswick is in a situation here where they down 35-6, so they're trying to make a play.
Now this is a difficult situation. You're in 2nd and 20, and you're on your own 9-yard line, and your play choices become kind of limited.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to be more aggressive here than normally you would be because you're down, you know, 29. So, you know, normally here you might see a draw or a little screen or, you know, just something to get a few yards, so it makes it a little more manageable. And Old Bridge sends someone again, and you know what? It's not going to be a safety just because his forward progress, but he's going to be right
on the
one.
line.
Yeah, exactly. And I think East Brunswick will wait here until the end of this quarter to run their next play as the clock runs down to under 10 seconds left in the quarter.
See, consistently, Old Bridge has come with a corner blitz or outside linebacker blitz, putting a lot of pressure, and we have not been doing a good job of our offensive backs picking up that blitzing linebacker.
No, not at all.
Putting consistent pressure on us.
Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Old Bridge 35-6. Old Bridge has had all the scoring in this 3rd quarter. They had a 2-yard touchdown run by Hutchins at 8:49 left in the quarter. Extra point was good to go up 28-6. And just a few minutes ago, number 22, Edward Mish, with around a 50-yard interception return for a touchdown, and then he added the extra point to go up 35-6. So, you know, East Brunswick tried to start this half when they were kicking off. They had the penalty that was enforced against Old Bridge, so they tried an onside kick. That didn't work out. And then actually, after Old Bridge went up 28-6, we're able to get a fumble recovery, but unfortunately we're not able to score off of that. So they're in a really tough spot now, 3rd and 26 from their 1-foot line. I don't know many plays for this from your 1-foot line where you got a 3rd and 26. So.
And you need to try to get in some space, because even if you have to punt, I mean, you don't give your punter very much room.
Yeah, so they have the full house backfield here. I think you're going to see some run where they just want to get a couple yards, and Gerhardt's bounces it out and does give them.
Does very well.
Yeah, so he gets them to about the 6. So most punters have about a 15-yard cushion from where the center snaps it, so you should have just about the normal room that he would. So East Brunswick was successful in giving the punter some space there. Oldbridge is in line to have great field position as their return man, number 24, Isaiah Trowick, is on East Brunswick's 40.
Well, I really hate to see us go into that situation where you get that running clock rule take place.
Yeah.
It diminishes the game, I think. Well, how much further can you go back from 1 foot? Or, you know, so you're at the 5, and we're putting us back on the 3. Now puts pressure on the punter again.
Yeah. So Jones's heels are right before that end line there. Bad snap. Did a pretty good job, and that should be a flag there. So never got a piece of that and got hit pretty good. So unfortunately, even if that's a roughing the kicker, it's not going to give him a first down, but they'll be able to get even more room and.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker against the defense.
Now in high school, I don't even know. Do they have incidental contact, or is it always all of it?
I'm not sure, because I know they do. In high school, I was doing the game the other day, and they, which in the with the face mask penalty, I know they have the 5-yard and 15-yard variety. So I'm not sure in the high school game. So this will help East Brunswick out a little bit in terms of.
Roughing the kicker against Oldbridge, 15-yard automatic first down.
Automatic first down, okay. That personal foul, automatic first down, so East Brunswick will get the ball. So good break for East Brunswick. Couple late substitutes coming in there for Oldbridge.
Yeah, we were a man short.
Yeah.
Timeout on the field. Timeout called by East Brunswick.
Well, we have to look at the possibilities of how the coach wants to finish out this these last few series on offense, whether he's going to just go ahead and try to keep working on trying to score, work with the people he has, or, again, like a lot of teams do, as we get down to the last 5 minutes of the game, both teams end up putting in second stringers when the to look at prospective players and their performance in a varsity situation for learning experience when the game is out of reach.
Yeah, could also be maybe a couple seniors that worked hard in practice and didn't have that opportunity to play. That maybe you give them a couple minutes in their last game. So a lot of thoughts like that going on with the coach. And Hemmings here on the left side, good run on first down, able to bounce it outside and. Going to pick up about 8 on that play. Going to be 2nd and 2 for the Bears.
Second down, 2nd and 2.
Well, Oldbridge has to feel pretty good about themselves with this performance after, a little bit of a, I'm sure for them, disappointing way to and the regular season in the playoff game playing a good Hunterdon Central team, but
true enough.
And nothing there for the Bears. Good penetration again by Oldbridge.
3-yard loss, trying to hit that corner to get that break up field. We need to get past that one guy, and then you do have some room.
Yeah, we saw that earlier with Gerhardt with that one big run that he had. He was able to sort of bounce it out, got a good block by number 14, Aiden Werder, and took it 61 yards. So you sometimes need that block or just to get to that second level to have a chance to break it. 4 wide again, a low snap. Hemmings rolling out, and
Well, he saw that the advantages to trying to get the ball out in a throw rather than trying to run it. So he tried to balance up, but he had just too much pressure.
Yeah, that was Edward Mish, number 22, who's had a nice game himself, had that interception return for a touchdown. He's kicked all 5 extra points as well, so he adds a sack to his nice game.
Strangely, we end up almost the exact same place to punt anyway.
Yep. Jones with the punt, low one. Trawick, one bounce, gets it at 45. And he's got a... All right, and number 18 for the Bears there, Joseph Perone, was able to just grab him by the jersey and get him down. So good field position here for the Knights. They're going to have it at East Brunswick's 31-yard line. And looks to me that there are some new faces here on the Old Bridge offense. So they're going to have some new guys have an opportunity to play here.
Again, you know, given the opportunity, even on their side too, of offensive players that are seniors and are just going to have their last game, and give them an opportunity to get some time in a varsity game.
And this is going to be number 20 for Old Bridge, Michael Gargano, who is a junior. So he'll be back next year. So like you were saying, this might be, you know, something to get him some varsity experience. You know, Nick Lavecchia, who's had a great game and a great year for the Knights, is a senior, so he won't be back. So let's see what he can do to lead this team. Good job there by the East Brunswick defense.
Looked like Cheddar made that one.
Gargano gives it to number 1 for Old Bridge.
Fumble.
And that was Jones there for East Brunswick that was ripping the ball out, did a nice job of getting the ball out. Looks like Old Bridge was able to recover it, though. That was number 1 for Old Bridge, Corey Williams on the carry.
That was number 1 for Old Bridge, Corey Williams. Carry, stopping East Brunswick, number 30, Chris Jones. First down, Old Bridge.
7:15 left in this fourth quarter. Old Bridge up 35-6 and driving. Got some new faces in there for Old Bridge.
And that's why you put in some young kids, because you have to let them learn these lessons.
Yep.
You know, jumping off sides, you can see that you'd expect that from the inexperienced player.
Exactly. My thing too, you're standing on that sideline the whole game, and right, and then trying to come out here and then, you know, play. It takes you a little while to get going.
True, warming up on the field.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mikey! These are awful.
All right, and that was Carlos Donahue on the pitch there. Michael Contreras with a nice job coming up from his corner spot and making the tackle. He also had a fumble recovery earlier.
5 yards, second down, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 here for the Knights. We're down to 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Nice play there by Joe Chetta. Had a couple nice plays today. Gerhardt's also helped out as Chetta held him up and kind of finished him off. Third and about 8 here for the Knights. host of Bears there. Chetta, Garrett, Quinnen was there as well. And actually, pretty good crowd today for East Brunswick, considering the weather and maybe the success of the Bears. And some of them are leaving now. I'm sure they have Thanksgiving plans and getting ready to either stay home or go somewhere, eat that turkey.
And get warm.
Get warm, the number one thing, exactly. So Oldbridge is going to go for it here on 4th and 10 from East Brunswick's 18. And East Brunswick's going to stop in there and get the ball back on downs.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I was doing mine.
So 4:16 left in the 4th quarter. Old Bridge Knights are up 35-6. East Brunswick gets the ball back on downs. They'll start from their own, looks about 11-yard line.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Couple of new faces coming out here, looks like.